Hi teachers, this video is going to walk through using Google's new Create a Rubric feature that allows you to attach rubrics to your assignments right in Google Classroom. So we're going to go ahead and create an assignment. I'm just going to call this writing. I'm not going to really put anything in this template. Okay. Right. So I'm going to give every student a copy of this template, and then here's where I'm going to come over and complete the process. So I'm going to mark that ungraded for the moment. I can put a due date and topic, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the rubric button, and I can either import a rubric I've created in Sheets, or I can create my own rubric, or I can reuse a rubric I already have done. So if you import a rubric from Sheets, you would need to have that rubric already available in Google Sheets. So I'm going to create a rubric. Okay, and then I have the option to turn off scoring. Any point values you've added will be permanently deleted in my rubric. So the nice thing is you can turn off scoring. So especially during this time when we're doing remote instruction, you don't have to have numbers associated. If I turn on scoring, you'll notice that there's numbers associated with each section. So I'm going to turn off the scoring. And then what you would have is your criterion would go across the top. So if you are using, for example, 6 traits, you might have voice as one of your criterion, and then your levels would go here. So watch, I'll spell that wrong. And then or maybe even just above, middle, below. Please note these are not recommended. Okay, and then you can delete the level. So you can add however many levels you need, and then if you need to add a new criterion, your new criterion would go here. The nice thing is you don't have to have the same amount of levels for each. So let's say you have a section in there on conventions. Okay, what conventions means, and then your level title would be whatever you want students to see. Again, because I've turned off the scoring, I can still use the wonderful rubric feature, but then I don't have to worry about points and the fact that we're not giving points during this period of time. Instead, we're grading based on completion. And then you obviously have up here, you can duplicate the criterion, you can move it up in your rubric, or you can delete it. And then over here, you can delete the rubric all together. So once you have your criterion, I'm going to put in one more criterion. Obviously, these are not my instructional recommendations to put on a rubric. This is solely for the tech piece. Okay, I'm going to click Save. All right, so I can see I've added a rubric. There's 3 criteria to my rubric. So now I'm going to go ahead and assign my assignment. Okay, and now I am in a student view. So I'm going to click on writing. I can click and view the rubric. So I will have all the descriptions. You'll notice if you have a description for the criterion, it will appear underneath. And then if you have a description for the rating that you give them in the rubric, that will appear underneath. And obviously, if you're creating a rubric, you would normally have those things. So as a student, I'm going to go in. Okay, I've done my writing. I click turn in. And I'm going to make sure I turn in my assignment here. So now I can see that this rubric has the different sections showing up on it. It shows up in the assignment, but I don't see any scores yet. So we're going to flip back over to the teacher side. And now the teacher, and this is the part I really like, this actually takes the place of Doctopus and Rubric, which were awesome tools, but a pain to use sometimes. So if I click into a student, I get their writing here. I can toggle through all the students in my class at the top. Over on the far side, I get my normal where I can see their file. I can see when they turned it in. Now I have my rubric section and I simply click what I want to give them. So voice below, good conventions, excellent content. And then I can write a comment and I click post. So I post my comment. Once I have my rubric selected, I'm going to click return and return that to the student. Now, when I click over to the student, if the student refreshes, they can see exactly how they did on each section of the rubric. They can hit the down arrow to fully see what highlighted, and then they'll see all the descriptions that you would see as well, or that you created. So awesome tool, great way to give feedback during this time. Just a big suggestion I would say is turn off the points, because remember, during this time it's about completion and feedback instead of points.